Would you believe me if I told you a divine feminine being fell from the highest heaven, got trapped in the material world, and in her panic accidentally created the Demiurge, a false god who thinks he's the only god, and that according to Gnostics, rescuing her from matter is the entire point of human existence? Meet Sophia. Her name means wisdom, and she's the most tragic and important figure in Gnostic cosmology, and her fall explains why the world is broken, why evil exists, and why we're trapped in physical bodies. Here's the cosmology. At the very top of reality is the monad, the true God, infinite and unknowable. Now the monad doesn't create directly, instead it emanates eons, divine beings of pure light that exist in the pleroma, which is the realm of divine fullness. These eons exist in pairs, male and female, with each one representing a divine attribute. There's depth and silence, mind and truth, word and life, and at the youngest, most distant pair from the monad, there's Christ and Sophia, the anointed one and wisdom. Sophia is described as radiant, luminous, and the embodiment of divine knowledge and the creative impulse. She's the final eon before the boundary between the pleroma and the void. She dwells in light, perfect, and complete. But Sophia makes a catastrophic mistake. She desires, as many of us do, to know the monad directly, to comprehend the incomprehensible, and to grasp the infinite. This is impossible. The monad is beyond all knowing, but Sophia tries anyway. Now, different Gnostic texts describe what happens next a little differently, but the core is the same. Sophia attempts to create without her male counterpart, without Christ. She tries to emanate alone, to bring forth something from herself without the balance of masculine principle. The result is monstrous. What emerges from her isn't a perfect eon, it's Yaldabaoth, the Demiurge, a malformed, lion-faced serpent god. He's ignorant, arrogant, and utterly unaware that anything exists above him. He looks around at the void and declares, "I am God, and there is no other god besides me." Sophia is horrified. She realizes what she's created, and in her shame and her terror, she falls. She descends from the pleroma, cast outer, fleeing in anguish, and becomes trapped in the lower realms near the material world. Now here's where it gets crucial. Yaldabaoth, ignorant of his origin, begins to create. He makes the material universe, the planets, the archons who rule them, and finally, the physical world. He shapes Adam from matter. The universe is his kingdom, and he rules it as tyrant god. What Yaldabaoth doesn't know is that he carries something within him, a spark of Sophia's divine light which was inherited from his mother. And when he breathes life into Adam, that spark transfers into humanity. And this is why humans have a divine element trapped in material bodies. We're all carrying Sophia's light imprisoned in Yaldabaoth's creation. Now Sophia, trapped in the lower realms, looks at humanity and recognizes her own light inside us. Our rescue and her rescue are the same thing. When we awakened our divine nature and escaped the material prison, we're gathering Sophia's scattered light and returning it to the pleroma. This is why Gnostics say Christ descended. Not to die for sins, but to teach Gnosis, to wake up humanity so we can rescue Sophia by rescuing ourselves. Every soul that achieves Gnosis and escapes reincarnation is a fragment of Sophia returning home. Now here's where it connects to the biblical canon. Sophia appears in the Bible, but you have to know where to look. Let's start in the book of Proverbs. Chapter 8 is wisdom personified speaking. The Lord possessed me in the beginning of his work, the first of his acts of old. Ages ago I was set up at the first before the beginning of the earth. This is Sophia describing herself as God's first creation, present at the formation of the world. Again, when he established the heavens, I was there. When he marked out the foundations of the earth, then I was beside him like a master workman. This is Sophia as the creative principle through which God made reality. The wisdom of Solomon, the apocryphal text in the Catholic and Orthodox tradition, goes even farther, saying wisdom is a reflection of eternal light, a spotless mirror of the working of God and an image of his goodness. She's described as God's consort, God's partner in creation, the feminine aspect of the divine. Now, even Orthodox Christianity accepted Sophia as an attribute of God. Divine wisdom, God's creative plan, sometimes identified with the Logos, with Christ as the embodiment of divine wisdom. But Gnostics took it further and said no. Sophia isn't just an attribute, she's a person, an eon, the divine feminine who fell and needs rescue. The church called this heresy because it complicates the simple creator-God narrative. And if Sophia fell and accidentally created the Demiurge, then Yahweh isn't the supreme God, he would be a mistake. Now here's the Gnostic argument for validity. The Bible itself admits creation is flawed. Genesis describes a God who doesn't know where Adam is hiding, who regrets making humanity and sends a flood, and who loses wrestling matches to Jacob. This sounds nothing like the transcendent infinite monad. It sounds like the Demiurge, ignorant and reactive according to Gnostic. Leaving aside the fact that Sophia's fall better explains the problem of evil than Orthodox theology, Evil doesn't exist because humans sinned, it exists because creation itself was a mistake made by a false god, and matter is inherently corrupt because it was made by a corrupt creator, and the true God didn't make this mess, Yaldabaoth did. Orthodox Christianity rejects this absolutely, as you might have imagined. They say creation is good because God made it good. The fall came through human choice and not divine error, and that suffering is a mystery but not proof of a false creator. They say that Sophia might be divine wisdom, but she didn't fall or create evil gods. But Gnostics will point you to Christ's own words on the matter. Jesus said himself, "My kingdom is not of this world." And if God made this world good, why would Christ's kingdom be elsewhere? The ruler of this world is coming and he has nothing in me, Jesus says. Who's the ruler of this world if not God? Could it be the Demiurge? Now, many modern esoteric movements revive Sophia worship. Carl Jung saw her as the anima, the feminine soul trapped in matter that must be integrated. Russian Sophiology in the 19th century developed entire theologies around Sophia as the divine feminine. Even New Age movements invoke her as goddess energy, the sacred feminine that's been suppressed by patriarchal religion. The rescue of Sophia is the great work in Gnostic alchemy. Not turning lead to gold, but liberating the light trapped in matter, raising the fallen feminine back to the pleroma, and restoring the divine syzygy that was broke when she fell. So yeah, according to Gnostics, Sophia isn't just mythology. She's the explanation for why the world is broken, why we feel trapped in matter, why evil exists despite a supposedly good God, and why salvation means waking up to Gnosis and gathering that scattered light to bring the divine feminine home. So if you want to learn more about Gnostic cosmology and Western esotericism, make sure to like the video. Let me know what you think about Sophia and Gnosticism in the comments below, and follow for more deep dives like this. Till next time.